It starts with a split-second decision, a little twist of the throttle, a missed gear shift, and suddenly everything's off. The bike wobbles, the rider panics, and the crash isn't far behind. These are the kind of rookie mistakes that can turn your first rides into your last. But here's the catch. Most new riders don't even know they're making them. In 2025, with all the new tech and smart gear, these deadly habits are still lurking beneath the surface, waiting to catch you off guard. Ready to break them before they break you? Let's dive into the top 10 beginner rider habits to ditch right now. And trust me, number 1 will blow your mind. Habit 10. Over-trusting rider tech like it's a safety net. Modern motorcycles are loaded with smart tech. Traction control, ABS, adaptive cruise, ride modes that adjust for rain or sport. Sounds like a dream, right? Here's the problem. Many beginners treat these features like an invincible safety net. I've got ABS, so I can slam the brakes hard. Rain mode means I don't have to be gentle with the throttle. But tech isn't magic. It can fail or behave unpredictably, especially in complex situations. Relying on it too much means when the tech glitches or you switch to a bike without these gadgets, you're flying blind. Real skill comes from knowing how your bike reacts with zero assistance. Master the basics first and use tech as a backup, not your crutch. Next up, why rushing corners can turn your adrenaline rush into disaster. Habit 9. Rushing corners like there's no tomorrow. There's nothing like the thrill of leaning into a curve, but if you're blasting through turns without slowing down first, you're gambling with disaster. The biggest mistake? Waiting too long to brake. If you're still pushing your bike halfway through a turn and suddenly panic brake, you risk losing grip or veering into oncoming traffic. The secret? Slow down before you lean in, keep the throttle steady, and let the bike do the work. Smooth is fast. But don't think this habit is harmless. It's just the beginning of a bigger problem we'll explore next. Adding passengers too soon. Habit 8. Throwing passengers on before you're ready. Riding solo is one thing. Sharing that ride with a passenger is a whole other game. New riders often think, "I've got this." Then add a passenger who shifts weight unexpectedly or distracts them. Suddenly, the bike feels like it's on a tightrope. The balance changes, braking distances increase, and turning requires new muscle memory. If you haven't nailed control alone, adding someone else will only amplify your weaknesses and stress. Passengers aren't just along for the ride, they're practice in patience, skill, and communication. Master yourself first, then share the seat. Speaking of control, how you position yourself on the road can be the difference between safe rides and near misses. Habit 7. Sticking dead center in the lane without thinking. The middle of the lane might feel like your spot, but it's often where oil slicks, dirt, and debris gather. Riding there means you're cruising on a slick hazard field. But swinging to the edge isn't a fix either. It can put you in a driver's blind spot or too close to the gravel shoulder. The smart move? Ride where you're most visible and have room to react, usually the left or right third of your lane, depending on traffic and road conditions. This positioning isn't just about safety, it's about control and prediction. But positioning isn't the only skill riders struggle with. Next up, we tackle clutch control, the magic behind smooth starts and stops. Habit 6. Treating the clutch like a light switch. New riders often slam the clutch in and out like flipping a switch, causing jerky starts, unstalls, and unnecessary wear. The clutch's friction zone, that sweet spot where power engages smoothly, is your best friend. Mastering it means smoother takeoffs, better low-speed control, and fewer scares at intersections. Ignoring it leads to stalls at traffic lights and sketchy U-turns. The fix? Practice slow-speed maneuvers like figure eights, focusing on that friction zone. It'll build muscle memory faster than you think. But understanding control doesn't stop there. Countersteering is the next skill that can transform your rides. Habit 5. Ignoring the countersteering secret. If you think turning a motorcycle is all about leaning or turning the handlebars, think again. The real trick is countersteering. To turn left, you actually push the left handlebar forward. To go right, push the right handlebar. This momentary opposite input tips the bike in the right direction. It sounds backwards, and it feels weird at first, but it's physics. Without mastering countersteering, you'll struggle with tight corners and safe lane changes. The best way to get it, find an empty parking lot and practice at about 20 miles per hour. Push left to go left, push right to go right. Once it clicks, your riding will get smoother, safer, and way more confident. And speaking of control, many new riders mess up braking balance too. Habit 4. Overusing or ignoring the rear brake. Some beginners either slam the rear brake too hard or don't use it at all. Overusing it can lock up the back wheel, causing dangerous skids or crashes. On the flip side, ignoring the rear brake means you miss out on stability and smoother stops. The secret is balance. Your front brake handles most of the stopping power. Think 70 to 90%, but a gentle rear brake touch adds control. Practicing smooth, balanced braking is a game changer, especially in emergencies. But braking isn't just about pedals. What you look at matters too, and that's where target fixation comes in. Habit 3. Staring at the danger instead of the escape. If you've ever found yourself fixated on a pothole, curb, or another hazard, you're not alone, and you're putting yourself at risk. The problem? Your bike follows your eyes. When you stare at the danger, you instinctively steer toward it. This target fixation is a silent crash trigger. Instead, train yourself to look where you want to go: the open road, the exit of a turn, or a safe gap in traffic. This simple mindset shift keeps your bike on a safer path and makes your ride smoother. Next, let's talk about something that new riders often underestimate: proper gear. Habit 2. Skimping on protective gear. Thinking a helmet alone is enough? Think again. Riding in flip-flops, shorts, or thin jackets isn't just uncomfortable, it's dangerous. Protective gear isn't about style, it's about survival. In a crash, your gloves, jacket, reinforced pants, and boots protect your skin, bones, and joints from serious injury. Plus, bright reflective gear boosts your visibility, which is your first line of defense. The fix: gear up completely every ride. It might feel cumbersome at first, but nothing beats the confidence of knowing you're protected. Finally, we come to the most critical habit to break for every rider in 2025. Habit 1. Ignoring road conditions and riding too fast. Speed feels amazing, wind in your face, freedom at your fingertips. But when the road gets wet, gravelly, or crowded, that same speed can be your downfall. New riders often push hard without adjusting for conditions, cutting corners too fast, or tailgating traffic. This habit is behind countless close calls and crashes. The key? Respect the road. Slow down when visibility drops or traction fades. Leave plenty of space between you and others. Think of speed like fire. It can warm you or burn you, depending on how you control it. Master this habit, and you'll ride safer and longer. No gimmicks, just smart riding. Breaking these 10 beginner habits isn't just about avoiding mistakes. It's about building the foundation for every ride you'll take from now on. Whether you're just starting out or have been on two wheels for a few months, the choices you make today will shape your confidence, your safety, and how much you actually enjoy the road ahead. Remember, riding isn't just about speed or adrenaline. It's about control, awareness, and respect for both your machine and the environment you're in. These habits aren't some random rules to follow. They're lessons from countless riders who've been where you are and want to make sure you avoid the same pitfalls. It's about riding smart, not just riding fast. Technology can help, but it can't replace skill. Protective gear can save your skin, but only if you actually wear it. And most importantly, no amount of power or gadgets can replace the calm and focus that comes from practice and patience. The road will always throw challenges at you: weather, traffic, unexpected obstacles, but if you master these basics, you'll be ready for whatever comes your way. Take your time. Practice each skill until it becomes second nature. Respect the conditions and never let your confidence turn into overconfidence. Every ride is a chance to get better, safer, and more in tune with your bike. In the end, riding is a journey, not just from point A to point B, but a journey of growth, learning, and freedom. Break these bad habits now, and you're setting yourself up for a lifetime of rides that are not only thrilling, but safe and rewarding. So gear up, focus up, and get out there. The road is calling, and now you're ready to answer.